All right. There you go.
All set up. Oh. There we go. I've got a dog as well. Three of us. I'm not actually sure what episode we're on.
Oh, God.
26 or 27.
I thought it was 26.
It could be 26.
We're going to have to commit to one.
Yeah. You can wait.
Let's say 26, because I'm sure it was 25 last time.
Could be. There is three of us.
There is... Wait a minute. Okay, we're good to go.
Mason's changed a little bit.
Yep, we've had an upgrade. The Pokemon that used to be Mason has evolved.
He is now an Alfie.
Although he's pretty well camouflaged, isn't he? Oh, not if it does. Sorry, Alf. He's a good boy.
Oh, he's auto. So we'll probably start off with that. We're both ill at the moment.
Yeah.
I think I got mine from you.
We're all ill, so I'm going to try not to cough and sniff and splutter, and so are you. And you've already sneezed twice, haven't you, Alfie? So, nope, we go again.
You good?
Hola.
So
guacamole.
I love how the fact I meet one Mexican on holiday.
Me.
Yeah. And then now just everything in the podcast has got some sort of Mexican theme to it now.
Mexicana. Well, it was Mason, really, giving us the old...
The little sing-song.
Guacamole.
Insert here.
Hola.
There we go.
Hola.
There you go.
So how have you been?
How am I? Apart from being ill,
Yeah.
oh, we needed to check what the lurgy was.
Oh, yeah.
The guy. There's like an Uber cold going around, apparently, and I've got it. Now you've got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, been all right, thank you. I haven't been training very much because I did my knee in, didn't I? Which is getting better. It's pretty much, I'd say it's rocking about 80% now.
Nice.
Which is good. But I've not been training very much. When I have been training, I've been training really lightly. So, and then Catherine went away at the weekend on like a girls' trip, and I was looking after Ripley.
Sounds like they had a really good time as well.
Yeah, I think they did. They went and did the zip line thing, the longest zip line in Europe, is it?
I think so.
In North Wales.
Wales.
Yeah, amongst other things. And yeah, I was all geared up for having like a super duper weekend, just me and Ripley like doing loads of cool fun things, and I just got absolutely annihilated by this.
Did Ripley
cold.
have it as well?
Yeah, Ripley had it first. She gave it to me. I think we're kind of synced up now to each other.
Because she had it a little bit when we were playing hide and seek, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's been really snotty for quite a while. Anyway, it's been grim. I'll stop complaining about it now in a minute.
So training hasn't been that consistent?
Training hasn't been consistent. I've still been teaching, like, apart from... Oh, Alf, you've got
You've
it
been
too.
quiet this whole time.
He's got the legs.
And then we start recording, and now...
boy. You covered for me on Tuesday because I was still feeling really grim on Tuesday, and that was why I didn't record with you guys last week. Oh dear, do you want to come sit with me? Come on then, Alfred Alf. Oh yes.
Try not to move, mate.
You recognise the true alpha. It's okay. I understand.
No, it was good, pretty decent turnout for your Tuesday.
Yeah. Did you tell him you're going to be there doing it next week as well?
No, because I think at the time that I did it, I can't remember if I had said I was going to be able to or not.
Well, I only announced that you were covering about 20 minutes before the actual lesson.
And I've had a class change as well.
Yeah. You've had a class change.
Switching it up.
Yeah. So what?
I'm no longer covering your class anymore.
You're not. It's technically still my class.
Yeah. Now Arta's just covering it.
Yeah. Now Arta's taking it.
But you got
Yeah.
a holiday coming up.
Yeah, so holiday coming up. I was just saying to you in the car, wasn't I, that when you go away, there's loads of things to like do and get done and stuff. So I've been trying to get those things done, and try to reduce some of the collective stress around going away.
Alfie, lay down.
Alf, he just wants to be involved. What have you got to say, Alf? You just lean into the microphone and say it. Oh, that's very interesting.
Alfie,
No, he's a good boy.
lay down.
Come on, Alf. You can lie down. You can
Come
lie
here.
down.
Come here. Otherwise, you're going to just keep pestering him. Lay down.
I don't mind. I really miss having a dog.
Thing is, as soon as you start petting him, he doesn't want you to stop.
No. He does like a pet. Yeah, so getting all that done. Looking forward to going away to Italy with my family for a week. So that'll be
Is this... No, this is Ripley's second time away, isn't it?
second time abroad, yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, so apart from being ill, I'm actually quite good.
Yeah.
I'd like to be training slightly more than I am. I'd made a decision when my knee got bad. I was like, because when Vic was on, we discussed him having his villain years,
Oh, yeah.
and I was like, I feel like I haven't had my villain years yet, because I'm really nice to people when I'm training, which
Just
is
always chill.
That's my vibe, but like,
You feel like you want to start pushing yourself a bit.
yeah, I want to stop pushing it a bit, and I think nearly everybody gets it when you're chill, you're there to have a good time or whatever, but I think some people misinterpret that as like, oh, they're a brown belt but they're not that good,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And it's like,
Everyone as well is like, everyone has different points in their life. Like, you're at a point where you've got a family, you've got a kid to look after, a job to focus on. It's completely different to, say, like a 16-year-old who's still in school and doesn't have to worry about earning money, doesn't have to worry about having a child, and they
Yeah.
can just smash it out.
yeah, like I'm all for people going super hard in their life at their job or their sport or whatever, but realities of your life come to everyone eventually, don't they? And I
Yeah.
think the real ones are the ones who get those challenges and then push through and are still like proper hard training like a savage on the other end of that.
Yeah.
I think that's the key, and try to avoid injury. Like I'd really like to start trying to lift some weights and stuff at least once a week, not because like I want to get big or swole or whatever, but just for injury prevention stuff. I think that's something
Keep your
that
body strong.
I've struggled with since doing my knee. I'm just like I was starting to come back and like train.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you used to go to the gym with Bernie, didn't
gradually
you?
upping it, yeah. So I'm going to start trying to introduce that too, and then I'm coming back for the villain years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be dominating the brown belt scene, as huge as it is.
You're going to have to start coming to the Sunday classes.
I know, baby. Keep up with the kids. Let them know. But I have since doing my knee and coming back, I've actually those two things have gone kind of hand in hand with each other, because I've been doing I've stylistically been slightly different to what I would normally do. Where I'd be really chill, lay on my back, play my guard, get on the back and do that. But like since doing my knee, I can't mess about with my legs too much. So
No.
I'm basically getting on top, staying on top,
Yeah.
and trying to really concentrate on that, because there's not as much chance of anything happening to my legs that way.
Yeah.
Which has been quite good actually. I've enjoyed that, and it kind of reminds you what you've got in your arsenal, and you can use it, and but you need to practice every skill, right? Yeah, so that's me. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Just starting to get what you've got. I'm hoping, like, usually my immune system's pretty shot, and when I get stuff, it hits me pretty hard. But at the
Yeah.
moment, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think I've been taking like cold and flu tablets, trying to stay on top of it and not overwork myself either.
So my
But-
skin got really bad for about a week or two, leading up to it, which I think was stress, but is also an indicator that
Something's
I've
happening.
got a bad immune system, like something going on.
Yeah.
Because I got this cold, and actually my skin, you can probably see it now, it's basically not there at all.
Yeah. I
So-
remember seeing that training.
Yeah, it looks really bad, right?
Yeah.
And it's a ring, so it looks
Yeah.
like. But they start like this little patch, and then they ring out like this. They get about that big.
Yeah.
And then within like two days or so of at the end of the cycle, gone. So weird. Anyway,
But yeah,
sorry.
like
How are you? Yeah.
work-wise, I've got a van sat in here. I've got an ambulance outside with someone taking some decals off it. And then my friend's unit, I've got another vehicle in there ready to be worked on. So there's a lot going on, and it's good to be this busy. But equally, I just want to get away. Like I've got a trip that's meant to happen at some point, and it's been like in the works for a couple of months, and I just want it to happen now because I just need,
Vamos. Viva la revolución.
it'll be good. It'll be nice.
Yeah.
But no,
Donde está a mia pina colada?
it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But it's just keeping working up until that point, and yeah.
So
Just
what are
make
you
some
as a
progress.
percentage then?
Percentage
Because
probably
I'm not letting these go. That's
probably
important.
90 still.
We can track our stats. That's good. That's
For the
really
past
good.
like 3 or 4 weeks, it's been like 90. I think.
Mate.
Even though I'm ill, I'm still on positive vibes.
Positive vibes. Yeah.
I like when was it? Maybe yesterday. Did get pretty frustrated with a couple of things.
There's been a lot of that kind of going around.
Yeah.
Like a bit like an illness. I think people, because both me and Mason and you, in the last few weeks, I guess, have had like stuff come up that's like just like kind of rubbed us the wrong way.
Yeah.
Kind of
And
thing.
I think for us as well, like other people who are self-employed will understand it's not like when you're at a job, as soon as you leave, it's done. Whereas for self-employed people, when you leave and you go home, you still think about work or thinking what you've
Yeah.
got to get sorted the next day or planning.
Because it's all on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And unless no one else is going to do it, you have to. So it's like it never switches off,
Yeah.
which can be annoying. But that's
Yeah.
why I think jiu-jitsu is so great. That's the only place I can actually go, and I don't think about work whatsoever.
You get some quiet time in your head.
Yeah,
Just
just happiness.
completely concentration on the one thing that you're doing.
Yeah,
It's a good kind of time out. You right there, Alf?
this dog
You having a little snack, are you? Is it clean yet?
licking his little todger, his little rocket.
His little rocket.
No, what do you think your percentage is then? Because we didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm rocking about an 80,
Yeah,
I'd say. There's
Nice.
bits like you said, like generally I'm good. Loads of work on at the minute, which is great. Like the stress of lots of work is way more preferable to having the stress of not like enough work.
Yeah.
Definitely. So that's good. But again, like you said, because we're all self-employed, so if you aren't actively working, the money's not coming in. So like going away
you're not earning anything.
is nice, and we should all structure in like time off and time away to relax and stuff, but it's not as relaxing as a normal person. It's like, well, I can book my day's holiday
Yeah.
and that's it, that I have to book in the year. Like you're like, okay, this is costing me this much and I'm not really going to be earning that week,
Yeah.
which averages out over the year, and it's not a big deal, but
You have to take into account that time that you have
the month
off
is lean,
needs to be covered.
and then it's a bank holiday the day we get, well, the day after the day we get back.
Oh, really?
Which is good because you need a couple of days to like do your
Settle
laundry
back
and all
in.
that stuff. But that's another day out of the month. Like it's okay, but there's just that little extra stress tinge. And then my knee is almost there. I'm ill, so I haven't been able to train. But I think after this week away, I'm gonna come back and be pretty much on it, which will be good.
That's the same for me. Like at the start of the year when I went to Rome and then came back for 3 days, then went to Iceland. Like Iceland was like the best experience I've ever had, I think, at this point.
It's a pretty incredible place
Yeah.
just to be, isn't it?
And like to see Wales on my birthday, and my birthday just go absolutely perfect.
The animal, not the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to make sure what you were saying then.
Reckon if you looked... No, you can't. No, you can't. I was going to say, if you looked far enough from Iceland, but you'd have to look
That's pretty
through
far.
Ireland, wouldn't you,
Yeah.
to actually see Wales, the country.
But yeah, after that, I was just like, I wanted to keep up the rhythm of like having good experiences and positivity, go to more places. But never thought I'd drive up to Scotland. That happened. And now plans to go to Mexico, which is another place I never expected I'd probably want to visit.
Mexico. Nice.
That'll be good. But yeah, positive vibes.
Right.
Done. Thank you for watching.
Another one in the bag.
Sorted. Easy. One topic.
Episode 20.
6.
Your guess is as good as mine in a minute.
Yeah.
No, I do think it's 26. Yeah.
One topic I think we need to talk about. I'm not sure if it's very popular to talk about it still,
Let's do
but
it.
we haven't discussed it.
Let's do
Is
it.
the whole 100 men versus one gorilla.
Well, Mason's not here, so we can do whatever we like.
True.
Mason's not in charge of us. Alfie's in charge now.
What's your thoughts? 100 average men.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. This got to be
100
done.
average men.
Average men.
Yeah.
Without any kind of training.
Just
Completely,
the average person.
so completely unarmed.
Yep. No weapons allowed, just hand-to-hand combat.
Are they wearing clothes?
Yeah.
What kind of clothes?
Gorillas not.
Some
average-
little tight
average
little-
clothing. Maybe one of them's in lycra because he's a cycler or something.
well, you can die first.
Yep. How many men do you think it would take? Do you think 100 men could do it? 100
Is
men,
it-
that's a lot of people.
Is it just straight up, just like charge in, or do
Yeah.
they get a chance to like speak about it?
No, just it's almost like I think the situation is like 100 men, one gorilla put into a cage, bell goes, go.
I think people have a tendency to
Die.
fight only one at a time, and I think a lot of people will be really scared.
You don't
And
think
I'd
people
be
would
really
like?
scared. Like, I think if you're not one of those people who would probably stand back and would kind of, if it looks like it's going well, jump in, you're lying. You're
Yeah.
fucking lying. If you're like, I'm going to be at the front, punching the gorilla in the face, that is bullshit. No one is going to be thinking that.
No.
And so it would, in my opinion, take some strategizing in order for it, like, they could take it, definitely,
100.
with a plan.
Yeah.
Without a plan, I think probably not, because the gorilla can probably dispatch of a person pretty easily. And the more people it dispatches of, there's fewer people to attack it, but equally their spirits go down.
Yeah.
And they're like scared. They want to do it even less. And I think you need maximum like morale, maximum planning. Even if you're unarmed, but like you'd need like to split into units and have like the unit to distract it, the unit to inflict the damage, a backup like of each of those. Say like 20 men each, and then 20 as like, dunno, like a wild card. Something.
How many jiu-jitsu practitioners do you think it would take?
I wonder if how big circumference has like the gorilla's neck.
Yeah, that because they are very wide. You can't. I don't think it's possible to reach both of your hands around and choke it.
Because they've got very similar, obviously, physiology to people. Like if you, it's gonna have these two arteries. So, And the best chance you have is to switch it off,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah, you're not going to armbar a gorilla.
and the protective nature of the fur is difficult to bite something with fur on compared to just skin.
Yeah.
And we're not constructed to rip and tear and like to bite stuff off. You need bigger, longer teeth to get through that extra layer of fur and
So you're thinking
stuff.
about biting a gorilla.
If you're going to try and attack it to kill it, right,
If it was life or death
your
situation,
best option is to bite something in its neck, right?
I reckon.
That's
see,
pretty standard. Like, no? That's my thinking. That's my whole thing.
like,
You go.
I love animals. I'll put that out there first. So I wouldn't want to attack a gorilla.
Not if it's but yeah, but
I would want to try and poke its eyes out first.
interesting. That's quite a small target, though.
Yeah. But if you can jump, if I can sacrifice one or two of our men just to jump on its back and then shove their hand right in its eye and poke its eyes out, it can't see what it's doing. Then the rest of the team's got a better opportunity and chance, I think. Then you attack it like you, Steve Irwin with an alligator and try and pin it to the floor. Like 6 men on each leg.
I think you'd have a hard time pinning it down because
What would you
they
think
are
of the
so-
strategy of the eyes, though?
So tapped into their animosity. People are just not.
Ready?
No.
Do you think the eyes attack would help?
It would help to stop people being killed as easily. It wouldn't do anything to help kill the gorilla specifically, though.
No, but it might distract it enough, like try and like bring its hands up to.
It'd make it easier.
You're trying to take such a stupid conversation and make it serious.
I just think the benefit, yeah, like it would definitely. Okay, 2 of the other 20 guys, right?
Yeah.
You've got to say 20 distracting it, keeping its arms busy,
Yeah.
basically taking damage.
Yeah.
20 to basically pin somebody around the back to try and to gain access to the head, whether that's to take its eyes out or whatever. So those 20, well, no, so those 20
Smother
are
it.
actively trying to kill it. You've got the backup 20 of each of those teams, and you've got your extra 20. You could get like two guys and 2 to kind of say, right, you are going to target its eyes. Then, because those that are trying to kill it aren't going to be targeting its eyes, but
No.
probably taking its eyes out would be of use.
Yeah.
So you could target some of the wildcard guys to take its eyes.
Surely a weak spot would be something like its arse, like being able to get to the inside of it quick and easy.
I was just about to say it's probably easier to get access the genitals, which probably have lots of arteries and stuff, right?
Yeah.
There was a guy, when we lived in Cornwall, there
A genital attack on a gorilla.
was a guy who chopped his penis off in the middle of the high street.
Was it?
Yeah, I think he was having a severe mental health episode. I don't think he died, but because of the blood flow, if you don't do something about that very quickly, I think you can probably bleed out. Is there someone at your door?
No, don't for next door, luckily.
Los Federales. So actually,
A genital attack on a gorilla could be the way forward.
if you were to catastrophically damage the genitals to the point at which it bleeds out, because what you could do is go, okay, next question. Is this like an arena, or is there somewhere to take
Like Gladiator.
take any refuge? Like, can you hide? Just because
Actually,
if you
it must-
you rush in, rip the fuck out of its genitals, and then you back out again to minimise taking damage.
With an eye poke as well, so it can't
That's
see
a
you.
waiting game then,
Yeah.
because it's not getting any medical attention, is it?
No. I think we've solved it.
I think we've done it.
Problem solved. Genital attack on a gorilla. That's
Le-
how. And an eye
then
poke.
You let it bleed out.
Yeah.
And if you've taken its eyes, I think taking the eyes is much trickier than attacking its genitals.
What if a multiple attack? A team going for the eyes while the team goes for its genitals.
Yeah, like I don't think it would be as concerned about the genitals as something coming up to the head
No.
area. But
I know for a fact if
Make it
someone
bleed
grabbed
out.
my genitals to try and rip them off, I'd be losing my shit.
very angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd be way too distracted, and then someone poked my eyes out, I'd be fucked.
Yeah. There's a fighting concept. I don't know where it came from, and I can't remember who spoke about it, but like probably on some Macho Man podcast somewhere. The guy saying about fighting with either knives or weapons or something is like there's timers and switches.
Yeah.
So if you cut a vein or even an artery, that's a timer
Yeah.
of like the injury takes some time to come
It's a
into
bit like
effect.
what's Komodo dragon, isn't it? They bite and then they wait for their prey to then die off because it causes like their bite has like a venom or something in it that
yeah,
causes like
smart.
blood clots and that, and it sort of dies.
Yeah. And then a switch is like to knock something out,
Yeah.
right? So if you were to make it bleed, then that's just a matter of time. So the 100 people can capitalize on time because they can continue waves of like
Deaths.
attacks, whereas only one gorilla has to die.
Yeah.
So that's something I don't think has been spoken about very much.
No.
Like if you factor in time to it.
From the conversations I've heard, I haven't heard anyone come up with a strategy of a genital attack.
I think if you attack that to the point at which it's going to bleed,
Yeah.
like substantially, that could be you done. You just have to wait then and not die. It's
Yeah.
then like more of a war of attrition.
Yeah.
It's more of a siege where like if you have the resources, if you cut off the resources of a castle, if they don't have enough to last you out, your army, then you win. And
Yeah.
if you cut off any supply chain to it, you win because they'll starve. They have to surrender or die.
Yeah.
So I would try to probably view it in that kind of a vein because you have the numbers and the numbers buy you time. If you sacrifice 20 men to get a catastrophic hemorrhage on it, and then you basically you run around and wait,
Yeah.
because I don't think it will keep attacking you if you aren't attacking it.
No.
Or it will
would-
probably get someone and be bored, or like maybe it'll have 2 or 3 guys that will turn into its little plaything.
It'll probably end up attacking the one who's got hold of the genitals still.
Yeah, that dude's take him on for the team.
But definitely leave a comment below if you and tell us your thoughts on 100 men, one gorilla genital attack. If you think it's an effective strategy.
So what was you were saying about the bum? What were you gonna say about his bum?
I don't know. Just shove your arm up there and just grab whatever you can from the inside.
Rip it out
Yeah.
like a predator.
Yeah, because like
With
its
its
skin
spine.
is pretty strong and it's pretty thick, isn't it?
I think
So-
you'd struggle to put your arm in a gorilla's bum.
You reckon?
I think you'd have a hard time.
I'm not going to put it in its mouth because it's just going to bite my arm off. You could use a human as like a smother. It's going to bite its stomach to pieces, but you could
No.
try smother with a human.
No, I think you're being too creative.
Yeah, thinking too far outside the box.
I think you've got to simplify it right down.
Genital attack, I think, is probably the most effective
How
way.
you like? You're not going to be able to beat a gorilla to death.
No.
100 men in a fist fight. No,
If you could get like
you're going
20,
to have to cause it some kind of.
I reckon if you could get like 20 men on each of its arms to the floor and like pin the arms down, another like 15 guys could beat the fuck out into its face. Potentially.
What if, right, we
might be going too far into this now.
what if they establish some kind of a relationship? Not
gay relationship.
Not like a romantic one.
Oh, okay.
When you touch its bum, it likes it. And
Yeah.
You can use it. No. But like, so naturally, because we're all primates,
Yeah.
and primates live in a hierarchy and a pack and stuff. Who's to say over time it wouldn't just equalise out?
No.
And he's the alpha, and then there's everyone else. That would give you time, maybe bash its head in with a rock while it's sleeping,
See, when this came up,
or starve it over time. But well, no, because then
'Cause
it'd
it
eat
would just
people,
eat-
wouldn't
yeah.
it? But that's another thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
you're not like, you could coexist strategically, perhaps,
See, this
in
is-
order to get the right. Like, instead of going head to head, I think that's such a bad idea. That's like, it's too direct. You've got to be more indirect with your warfare.
Okay, so when this came up, I started thinking about other animals, and one that I think 100 men generally, from just thinking about it on the spot, I don't think 100 men would be either a grizzly bear or Kodiak bear. Because the size difference, I looked it up, and the size difference between that and a gorilla, incredibly different.
Because we looked up in the pub the
Massive.
other day,
Yeah.
didn't we? We got like an AI thing to generate what would happen between a grizzly bear and a silverback
Yeah.
gorilla.
And a
And
grizzly bear would fuck it
The
up.
grizzly bear won because
Yeah.
it's bigger.
More powerful, 6-inch claws.
And not just teeth. Obviously, the gorilla's got teeth, but it's also got claws on its hands and feet.
Weight-wise, it's like 3 times or 2 times the weight of
Definitely
a
bigger.
gorilla.
Yeah.
They're huge.
I think, if you're talking about sacrificing 20, 30 men to just cause enough of a hemorrhage to its neck or to its genitals, I reckon
What, to a grizzly bear?
no, to a gorilla,
Okay.
whereas a bear could probably do that really easily.
What, do that to a human?
Well, yeah, but to a gorilla.
Yeah.
Because that's what they do to each other,
Yeah.
right? It's like, if you want to fight how you train,
I saw...
they're so accustomed to having to bite each other's necks.
Yeah.
Whereas look at how gorillas fight each other. They bash, bash, bash.
Yeah.
Try doing that to the grizzly bear.
It's gonna rip you to pieces.
It's going to bite your neck. It's going to pin you down, and it's going to rip your neck out.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right with that.
100 men could not do a... I can't even say the word. Just,
Or what?
I can't even say the word.
What's the word? Statistically?
No. Strategize.
Strategically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a plan to attack a bear's genitals, because it would just get
No.
annihilated in the process.
For some reason, I'm now really... I'm not as scared of attacking the gorilla now that we've discussed a bear.
Yeah.
That's way worse.
That, honestly, the thought of just attacking a bear scares the shit out of me. If there was 100 of me, I could clone myself, we're leaving that scene. We're getting out of there.
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. Your best option with the bear is to probably play dead
Yeah.
and hope it...
Or
leaves you
just try
alone.
and make yourself look bigger than it.
What,
Isn't that-
all standing on each other?
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 kids in a trench coat trying to
Yeah.
get into a movie.
Or just use 10 men as shields, like Spartan holding down a
Yeah, a meat
little
shield.
valley or something.
Yeah.
That would be a scary thought, to have to confront a bear.
Yeah. But this is why people developed... Why we started making spears and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
For this exact reason.
Mm. And now we've got guns and rifles and RPGs and,
Exactly.
and nukes.
Yeah, if you have an RPG, you'd have to be good with it, because obviously it depends how much ammo you've got. If you go, I've got you now, bear, and it goes, shoo.
But saying that, do you think there's any part of jiu-jitsu that would be effective against a gorilla or a bear? Because there's those videos of like, is it Khabib fighting a bear? But that's like
That's a very small bear.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure about its claws, if they were taken off or what.
Yeah, true. I don't know the circumference of a silverback gorilla's neck. I think you'd really struggle to.
Pretty sure it's a lot
strangle
wider
bear.
than your arm span.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have the mechanics to. If you and I did this,
No.
and we linked hands, and we tried to wrap ourselves like,
That ain't happening.
it's not happening. That's a hug.
So
That's not a choke.
jiu-jitsu isn't a self-defense then?
Well, it is against other people,
Just not back against gorillas.
but that's like.
What do you
saying
think is the biggest animal you could take on using jiu-jitsu?
That? Yeah, just quickly. That's like saying, oh, my little like my .22 pistol isn't going to work against a tank. You could probably kill a person, right?
Yeah.
But you're not killing the tank.
No.
Even a big handgun.
Well, you could if you a sneak attack on a tank and then open the hatch. That pistol is still going to work.
Exactly, but that's really different, right? So I'm not saying like.
But you can't do a sneak
jiu-jitsu-
attack on a gorilla and then use your jiu-jitsu.
No, but if you had a person the same size as the gorilla who knew jiu-jitsu, that's really different. If you could get your arms around its neck, it's still got all the same stuff in there.
No.
Still saying night night to the gorilla.
And
You'd
we
have
don't-
to get there and be physically big enough to do it.
But then also, as we established, the probably best form of attack on gorilla is a genital attack, and jiu-jitsu doesn't teach that. Depending on your club, actually, I'm pretty sure there's some people out there.
Yeah. So, I don't know. The biggest animal I think I could fight. Yeah.
Using jiu-jitsu.
I have a very instinctive fear of any animal bigger than I am.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because you really don't like cows, do you?
Not a fear, but certainly respect of the fact it's bigger than me. Right? I think.
You don't have respect for me.
No, that's because you aren't worth it. I just think, well, we lived in Cornwall for like a long time, and apparently cows down there are different to other cows in the country. They're fucking mean. They almost trampled us and our dog like multiple times, so they can go fuck themselves.
They just don't take no shit down there.
No. So hard to say. So I could definitely kill a cat.
What about a goat?
I wouldn't want to kill
No,
any of these
obviously, no.
animals, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could kill a goat.
A sheep?
Yeah.
What
But
would be our
again,
sheep?
we're literally getting to like those that are smaller than us.
Just about.
When you go bigger,
Icelandic horse. It's like almost like a donkey
yeah, they're
size.
small. Harder. Just like physically much harder. Because I think I could strangle all those other animals.
Do you think you could strangle a horse?
Well, exactly. I don't know that I could.
I think I could.
My arm's really short.
I think if you get close to the jaw, I think it's possible.
Yeah. But like even if you're doing a bad job, if you just stay there for long enough,
Yeah.
deprive oxygen to the brain, even if it's not like a 100% choke, maybe it's an 80%er,
Yeah.
you stay there for longer, eventually it's going to pass out, and then it's going to be easier.
Hmm. One little quick disclaimer, just in case people haven't listened or missed us saying it before. We do love animals, and we'd never attack an animal. We've got little Alfie here.
Oh, don't listen, Alf.
What about a dog?
Nope. No, sir.
No? Or even if it was attacking you like life and death?
Yeah, I suppose so, to be fair. If it was attacking me or my family. But I think you can control a dog without killing it, though.
True.
Can't you? And same for people, same for
But they're relentless little fuckers.
Most
Like,
other things.
you'll
Yeah, but hold on. I need to blow my nose. Maybe we'll...
cut this bit out.
Or I don't have to cut it. I'll mute everything.
Hola, hola, guacamole. Hola, hola, guacamole.
This is where it's not actually muted. Like, we're talking now and it's
were-
not muted.
I think they were. Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day of like being able to physically control someone else is a big deal. And at some point I would like to do a solo podcast where I'll have a bit of a debrief on the self-defense seminar, because lots of the guys especially have been asking what I taught and stuff, which is interesting.
It's a
So
bit fishy. Is that because they
Yeah.
want to know
they want to be able to know what to expect,
to then be able to,
get around it.
yeah,
Wow,
those are the ones to watch out for.
those are the ones to watch out for. But I don't think we have any of those in our gym
We know who you are.
because they get cut. Literally.
Yeah. John.
Well, you.
No, not me.
Yeah, John. Yes, but the ability to physically control another person is like...
I think something
It's
to
a bit like an argument. If you have to negotiate at something with
Yeah.
someone, it's like you have the ability to win. If it comes down to it,
yeah.
you have the ability to win. And I feel like just sometimes you have to take the control of the situation.
Yeah.
And I feel like that with dogs, especially the issue comes when people can't control their dog,
Yeah.
like physically. And if you can't physically control your dog, you better be able to, damn well verbally control it. And if you can't do either of those two things or both, don't have a dog or don't have that dog.
No.
And I feel
if
like
you-
it's the same for people.
It's also the same for like with dogs. If you can't do simple commands of getting your dog to come back when you ask it to, don't have it off the lead
Yeah.
in public. Simple.
It's pretty simple to know your limitations.
Yeah.
Much like I wouldn't want to attack a gorilla.
Mm.
Even if there was 99 other men stood beside me.
How much money would you have to be paid to want to fight a gorilla?
What, just me? Or be like a part of the 100?
Be part of like a team of 50.
Oh,
Like you all get this amount.
I don't think I'd take any amount of money.
Well, even if you had like 3 days of planning with your team.
No,
You reckon?
it's not worth it.
No?
No. Because what's the point in having all the money, or not having all the money, if you're dead? I value my life over any amount of money.
You reckon?
Yeah. Any amount. If someone said to me, like, I'll pay you 100, all the money in the world to die,
100.
I say no. Of course not.
No, but if there was a chance. What the fuck? Oh, that was a saw.
The aliens have come.
I think it's also different depending
No, I
on
don't
what
take
you've got
that
going on in
gamble.
your life as well.
Yeah. I don't take that gamble. I want to go home to my family.
There we go.
You?
How much
How
would
much would it take for you
I to get in like a cage with 50 people and a gorilla?
Yeah.
It would have to be something where I know then I wouldn't have to work for the rest of my life. And just be able to help other people. So I reckon something like 300 mil.
300 mil.
Yeah. And I'll probably be happy to jump in with 50 people. With 3 days of planning.
Do you reckon?
I think so.
What is that?
Jesus Christ.
Someone really wants your attention.
Yeah. That's a business phone. Just sent like 50 photos.
Oh, well, I think we've covered a lot of really important stuff today.
Yeah. Like, it's been really... Your appointment. Friday the 23rd of May.
Is that at the STI clinic?
Yeah.
Still stings, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, shame.
The problem is I gave my ointment to Mason. So.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, so Mason's not here, by the way.
No, yeah. If you haven't been able to tell. Alfie is though.
Alfie's here. He's the new recruit, newest member. Here you go, Alf. You can have a hat.
Mexican Alfie.
Mexican Alfie. Do you like it? You're a good boy. He's having a siesta.
I was trying to think. Is
There you
it
go, Alf, sorry.
Como de esta? What does that mean?
I don't think that means anything.
Does it not?
Do you know what you were trying to say?
No.
Well, you got to know what you're trying to say before you say it.
What do you think I'm trying to say? Como de esta. I swear that's something.
How are you?
Yeah.
Hold on. So Que pasa is like the more chilled out version of that. It's like, so what's up? Como esta is how are you?
I know Buenos Dias
Como?
and Buenos Noches.
Como esta? Is that right? I don't fucking know. We're going to be digging ourselves a big hole here, mate.
What was the word you're trying to get me to use?
I'm not saying that on the pod
Why not?
because I'm embarrassed now.
Well, you're going to get in trouble.
I'm going to get you in trouble.
I'm not the one saying it.
Well, off camera, I'll tell you exactly what to say.
Yeah?
I'll get you. You remember Josh, don't you?
Yeah.
I'll get Josh to give you a cheat sheet
Yeah.
because he speaks Spanish.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Nice.
because his dad's Spanish.
I've always thought I'd like to learn another language. It'd just be cool to be able to speak one because I see videos of people doing like 4 or 5 different languages and it's like, it's cool. But
It's really cool.
also it's a lot of work.
It is, but then everything in like anything good is worth doing.
I
a lot
just
of
get
work
things
for.
mixed up as well. Like I end up going from French to Spanish and Spanish to French and
The main thing I think is to live somewhere where they speak it, because then
Yeah.
you just pick it up by exposure and you learn what you actually need, and you don't have to learn stuff like really obscure crap that that you would never actually need.
yeah.
I don't know. Right, I think we should call it there. That is super, super valuable stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Podcast gold.
yeah. So much to take in, and for white belts I think it's been a really interesting in-depth conversation on certain techniques to carry out. However, if you're a white belt now, I have to say this is because some people took my smothering literally. There is no such thing as a genital attack.
Well, there is, just not. There's no place for it in jiu-jitsu.
No. Potentially if you're getting attacked in the street.
Yeah.
I'd say for women it would be perfect attack if they're being attacked. Genital attack. Is it something you taught in the class?
Not specifically.
No?
No, can't say that I did.
This is how they bleed out and watch it.
But I do think we've discussed a lot about strategy as opposed to
Just straight up.
technique specific, and that's what separates us from
This is why we're so skilled
animals.
in jiu-jitsu as well. Because we strategize.
Strategic mind.
Yeah. We don't go into roll just thinking, I'm going to smash them. I'm going to go in there and control them, make them feel small.
Access the genitals and create catastrophic
Damage.
hemorrhaging injury,
Blood everywhere.
and that's a timer.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before
Tick, tock, tick.
you're
tock.
stood on top of the podium with some poor victim's
Genitals.
genitals in his hand and a gold medal in the other, looking up to Jesus.
I got you, bitch.
Obrigado, Jesus. Porrada. And that's it.
I think we call it there then.
Call it there. That might be the best one we've ever done.
I think this is. And in the comments, as I said before, write down how many people you think it does actually take to... Actually, no, a good question would be
Yeah.
top 10 jiu-jitsu practitioners, who would you put in to fight a gorilla?
Top 10. If you had to build a team,
If you had to build a team of jiu-jitsu and UFC fighters, let's say.
Yeah.
10 people. Who would you choose?
Let us know.
In the comments below.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Hola. Hola. Guacamole.